Can you guys hear me okay? Cool. Well, welcome. This is our third pack walk. Some of you, this might have been your first one. This might be your third one. But this has been really successful so far, so we'd like to keep doing these events because we've had really great success. Pick up your poop.
So Olivia will be leading. I guess I'll be kind of in the middle, you could say, because I'll be leading the second group. If at any time you guys need help with anything, I'm here to help.
This is a safe way to do socialization and actually get people together, talk about their dogs, talk about things to work on with their dogs, but also get into the trails, walk on a beautiful day. My goal, honestly, is just getting the community together, talk about dogs. We have the dog trainer Angela here too to answer questions. So it's a really almost like interactive way to get people together and enjoy the nature out here. So it's our third one, and I've seen huge success from it. So I can't imagine, what's more to come from this. If there are people in the community that truly need cat food or dog food or anything like that, I will see what I have on hand, and then I will see what kind of funds I have to go and purchase stuff for people, because I couldn't imagine if I couldn't feed my dog. If there's just somebody out there that can help me, I will do that. They can just contact me on Facebook. There's people that can ask anonymously on like the Facebook pages too, but I'll comment back if I can. Contact me. But some people know that I kind of do it now, so they'll reach out to me. As a kid, I never really worked with animals, so it's funny now that I'm 28, I work way more with animals now, but I don't know, I love people, but animals are where it's at for me. So they don't care if you're rich, poor. They don't care about what you look like, any of that. I mean, we're all one. We all are. So if there's somebody that's struggling, I'm gonna help them.
Well, I call it Mom's Pantry, because when I was a young adult and started having my family, we had food insecurities. There wasn't enough money to go around. My mom always said, "You want anything? Come on over. Grab it out of the cupboard. Grab it out of the freezer. Whatever it is that you need, you take it." So I extended that to my kids when they got older. "You want anything? Come on over. Just grab what you want." And I thought, I'm going to extend this to Winona. So with my mom as inspiration, I started Mom's Pantry. And I started out going to the grocery store, buying a few extra things every time I went. So I started with just a few things, and then I posted on Facebook that I have a few things if anybody wants to come. And I used to set it up outside my house. I have a rainbow fence. During the pandemic, I painted my fence. But I would tell people the pantry is set up by the rainbow fence. And I'd give them the address, and they'd come over and take what they wanted. And it grew and grew, and I had more people asking, and then all of a sudden I had people dropping things off. And I still went out shopping, and I still bought things, and it just grew from there. And what I do is when I get to the point where I feel like I have enough that I can help a few families, I will post on Facebook, and then they private message me. I give them the address, and they come pick up a bag of food. And then if someone will post, like Winona Neighbors Helping Neighbors, that's normally where I put my posts about the food. People will say, "I don't get a paycheck till next week. It's only $200. I could really use a little bit of food." I notice that other people will say, "Check with Terry Burbs." Not being able to feed your kid before you send them to bed, not even a box of mac and cheese. I don't want anybody else to go through that. I did. I'm at a position now where I'm not rich, I never will be, but I've got enough extra that I can help somebody.
afraid anymore. They're out in the middle of the street proclaiming the good news that this man Jesus, who claimed to be God, died and rose from the dead, and that he appeared to them.
Oh, yeah. I'm filming. Yeah, I'm filming. So if you. Do you guys like it here?
Yes!
You having a good time?
Yes!
What's your favorite thing about being here?
The food. Caleb. Who said the food?
I had been doing, kind of youth center type activities with kids, kind of independently for years, and so I really wanted to just take that step and see if we could do this on a larger scale. So it was kind of just a matter of me finding the right partner, which I did here, my friend Frida, and really just stepping out in faith.
We just clicked in the beginning, when God puts people together, when God does it, it just happens. He put two people together, and we're like the best partners there is. We don't do anything without each other.
Everything that we're able to do, funding, it's all through fundraising. So we're always fundraising, very dependent on that. But it was important for us as we built the foundation of this that we made it free for all kids. So there was never going to be financial barriers for any children that wanted to participate in our program. I know personally, growing up, when there was an after-school activity or something that I wanted to be a part of, and I'd go to my parents with it, the first question was always, well, how much does that cost? And if it cost much of anything, chances are I wasn't going to be able to be a part of it. So it was very important for us to develop a program and to do it in a way that all children could participate, regardless of what type of income their family made.
We have 5 total in school, but 2 are teenagers. So the other 3, we were like, okay, well, what are they going to do after 2 o'clock? And daycare's high, and so it all fell right on time. And then when I found out it was free, I was like, what? Free is crazy. Like daycare, childcare, it's never free. So we kind of came here, and I met Pastor John and Miss Frida, and we signed the kids up and kind of got more of an understanding of what the program was about. And we loved that there was structure, and there's a program, and so once we found that out, we're like, okay, well, what can we do to help? What can we do to, as parents, help this program prosper and grow? And so ever since then, kind of, we've been linked in, and we come to everything, and anything that is impact, we're here.
Like when we first opened up, we had about 30 sign in, and by Christmas we was up to 90.
It's kindergarten to high school. So even high schoolers, like my high schoolers come. So it's like, it's not just the little ones, it's all ages, and they all learn and they all enjoy being here. When we moved here, we had always seen that there was a need in the community, that and especially like the African American community, it is not as many, but it's growing, and so there's different needs also. And like you said, a lot of people don't have that father figure, so when they come here, they have Pastor John, or if my husband's here, they have Corey, and so they have guys here that know that they love them, and then Miss Frida, she's coming in as mom and grandma. She is everyone. My grandma's not here, and so like I tell her all the time, like, look, you're my grandma here.
I think it shows that Impact has really become a family. Mm-hmm. We really are, and I think that's kind of probably the main draw for the kids. It's not like we have, trampolines in here or rock climbing walls or anything like that. It's not the gadgets and the gimmicks that the kids come for. It's the relationships.
Yes.
It's the love that we have for each other, and that's really what draws them in.
And to know that they are loved when they walk in the door. It's nothing but love here, and that's what they get. Love and hugs.
I think we're still fairly new, obviously, in our first year, but we're seeing the more people hear about us, the more people love what we're doing.
So currently I'm a student success coach with the local school district. And what prompted me, it was a lot like a job that I had previously working through the school district, where I'm working with families, people that are at risk, and helping the kids come to school ready to learn. So I'm helping to take care of those things that are going on behind the scenes, like making sure that kids have a safe home to live in, making sure they have food to eat, making sure they've been to the eye doctor or to the dentist, because how can you sit in math class and focus on math when you have a toothache, right? Or when you're hungry. So yeah, just kind of supporting those families, helping them find long-term solutions. So we have wonderful people who will maybe send a bag of groceries home with kids, and that's wonderful. But where my role is different is I'll go into the home and help the family maybe learn how to use the food pantry or sign up for SNAP, learn how to take the bus to the grocery store so that they can do those things independently. A story that really sticks with me is one of the most wonderful things I had the privilege of doing in the last couple months. I was with a family, and we were at the Habitat Restore here in town. And we were on a mission to get some paint. And this mom, she saw this beautiful sectional couch in the used furniture section. And she was like, oh, that would be my dream couch. And I said, well, maybe dreams can come true. And we applied for a grant, and we got that couch. I told her, I said, is it okay if I apply through Flex Funds, through the Winona Community Collaborative? And when we got that couch, and I got to tell her that we're getting that couch and we're bringing that over, I don't know, in all the years that I have worked in careers like this, that's one of the highlights of one of the things I got to do that brought me the most joy. Just having a couch, right? Just have it. It's so simple, and it's so trivial, but of anything I've done, I don't know, in this past year, that story always stands out. I think it was just the joy that it brought that family.
And the joy that it brought you.
It did. It brought me joy. And even the person who volunteered to use his truck to drive it over, it brought him joy. Like everybody was happy, you know? Like, yeah.
All right, I'm rolling. Show me the critter cave.
Come on in.
All right.
My humble abode. This is really all it is. Just this is it. I usually do all my work on this bench. I have a small pile of antlers. Usually my pile is quite a bit bigger, but yeah, this is where all the magic happens right here. I do antler art, and I started doing it about 17 years ago, but I've always dabbled in the outdoors. I've always loved deer antlers for some reason. I'm kind of a hick. I love to hunt. I love the outdoors. It just I don't know if you know what shed hunting is, but deer actually naturally shed their antlers. I started finding this hobby of great exercise. I'm gonna go find antlers, and my first couple of years I found 5, and then it came to my wife going, my kids going, and you know, became a spring thing, and we find hundreds of them now. So a while back I had a huge pile of antlers, and I just sat there scratching my head like, what am I doing? I'm hoarding, you know. But it was fun. I knew every antler, and I could tell you where everyone was found. You know, that's just how much, you know, how fun it is to me. And my wife says, you know, you should try to make something. So I made a chandelier for her for Mother's Day, and it was a hit. And other people, you know, came to my home and seen it. And like, you made that? I'm like, I made that. Just a hillbilly that found out I was pretty good at putting antlers together, you know. And it all kind of started off with a friend of mine works for the Minnesota Vikings, and they were doing a fundraising deal for autistic kids. The Minnesota Vikings were putting it on, and he says, Troy, would you mind, you know, trying something? Get your name out there. There'd be a lot of important people there. And I made a lamp, and it is now in the coach of the Vikings owns it. So it's kind of where it started. I got a little bit on Facebook, and people seen it, and it just kind of grew from there. And now I'm known as the benefit guy.
Tell me about this lamp.
This one here, well, this one here is for another benefit coming up in the middle of July. I got asked to make something. It was from another person that had been at one of my auctions before. Oh, can you make one of them deadhead lamps? And there it is.
A deadhead lamp is what they call it?
That's what I call them, as a deadhead, yeah. So that's what I call it, a deadhead lamp. I've done everything from Pheasants Forever, the Turkey Foundation, the Fools 5 in Lewiston. It's a huge cancer road race. It's every year thousands and thousands of people come to Lewiston. There's an auction after that. So I don't sell anything, donate 100% of everything I make to whatever cause it may be. Along with that, you kind of got to have thick skin, because benefits are obviously people that are in trouble or have been hurt or are very sick, or they need it, for medical costs or this or that. And sometimes it's kids, and that kids are front line, and I go way overboard with kids. So it's pretty intense watching an auction with something that started out as a little box of antlers in your shop, and now people are bidding hundreds if not thousands of dollars on a table I built. So, and it's, like I said, it's been many years of donating stuff to help people.
And so this t-shirt you're wearing, that's your Critter Creations.
Critter Creations Antler, that's me.
Art.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually gave, I had probably 60 of these made, probably 50 sweatshirts, and I gave them away with donations.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that have helped immensely. Like, you wouldn't even believe how many people. I've come home from work and I have a huge pile of antlers in my yard, and I don't even know where they came from. Or I have people call me and say, hey, I cleaned out the barn, I got a half a truckload of antlers that, some of them are really dirty, they got pigeon stuff on it, and and they stink like barn, and I'm perfect, bring them over. So just the community has really kind of grabbed on with it. So I did not know this, but if you Google Antlerman, my name comes up. If you Google antler art, I see hundreds of things that I've made. It is my most important thing. Besides my wife, my kids, and my family, I am so driven in this that I'm kind of so deep into it. I'm the Antler Man now, so it just became so big that every benefit in the area, within 2 hours, somebody will get a hold of me. Carter, my son, he helps find antlers, and Raylyn, she's found more antlers than most grown men that do it. I mean, this girl's lucky. She always finds them. But yeah, it's a family affair. Everybody's on board. So, but yeah, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. This is my little spot. And like I told you in the house, tens of thousands of dollars came out of this little stupid shed. So, but it works for me, and
nice.
I love it. I just love doing it. Excellent. I'm out here a lot. I drink a lot of beer in this shed.
Here at the Masonic Lodge, raising money for the Shriners Children's Hospital. This is the third year that we've done. We do it during the 100 Mile Garage Sale. We'll do it on just the Saturday. Because every day during the week while I'm working, I come here after night, setting things up, getting it ready, trying to prep to make sure we're ready to go. So yeah, just Saturday every year, first weekend of May is a 100 Mile Garage Sale. So that's when we do it. It's raining outside. We had to move everything inside. It's worked out really good. It might make a difference in the future sales, I'm not sure, but we have a fun, exciting time. Take all week organizing, taking in donations. Some of this, it's the love for my husband. he's a good man. He makes me want to be a better person.
And our main goal is for the Shriner Hospital, where we raise money so that all operations, all bedding, hotels, everything's free for the children and their families. Things that we do, have fun. Make sure the family's involved, because it is about the family. It's about the children. Given the opportunity for the children to dream and to see their dreams come true is an unbelievable thing.
It's stressful, but yes, I do. I do have fun. We try to play music in the background. It kind of lightens up the mood. We have a few of the guys, they stop in, whether they're, the Shriners are Masons. So we've been taking in donations from them. The guys, they'll stop in, like last year we did it outside, so we had to haul all the tables out there. They're there to help. They're there to sell tamales, sell hot dogs, to help merchandise, to talk to people about the organization. So yeah.
So tell me about your connection to this event.
I am a Shriner. I've been a Shriner for about 5 years now. So we're excited. It's always gone very well, and we like to see a lot of people come down. And it's going to be this year, next year, and the following years.
And what do you get out of this? Are you having a good time?
We are. We have a good time. We get to meet a lot of people. We raise some money for the Children's Hospital and the auxiliary functions for wheelchairs.
So many personal relationships that developed, and especially through the athletes with my husband John as swimming coach and as a football coach. So you never know the harvest of the fruits of your labors. Joyous labors, like every year after the season was over for swimming, all the team would come to our home and we'd have a sit-down dinner with China. And to this day, one of the swimmers, he really enjoyed the celery bread. He talks about it, and I still have a wonderful relationship with those young men. And of course, their families and their wives. The swimmers even, well, there were 6 of them, came up to our cabin about 3 years ago, and they rebuilt my woodshed. And they stayed, and of course, I had to make the lasagna for them that they enjoyed. And some brought their wives. And it was just a delightful time. But the relationships from the involvement being at Winona State are just wonderful. And the football players are equally as attentive. At my age, I'm even tailgating with his former players and their families and wives. And so we still have remained very close to Winona State through athletics. And we've had a scholarship for a football player. And it's so fun because I've had such wonderful personal relationships with them and with their families. I mean, I have pictures of all their families coming. And of course, they liked some Morning Glory muffins every once in a while. And then we also do a lot for education with our PEO group, of which that I've been chair for the geranium sale, which is a delightful time. I mean, one year we sold 1,500 geraniums. So there were posies on many porches in Winona. And then the profits that we earn, they all go towards scholarship for Winona area senior girls. When we have our scholarship applications for our scholarships for PEO, the things these young people are doing, and read the shopper and see all the athletics that are so successful in Winona, they are really good kids.
And I hear you've been going to the games and sitting in the same seats
for
many years.
They know exactly where I sit. In fact, there was a fellow who had played football years ago, and he came over at halftime because he knew exactly where I sit. Since the first game we came to town, even with the little ones, with my air pot with hot chocolate in it at cold night games, we were on the 50-yard line. And so anybody knows, every game, I'm on the 50-yard line right under the old press box. In conclusion, I have a bit of wisdom that a physician shared with me when our first child was born. And he said, the doctor said, you know, when the pendulum goes so far this way, there's only one way for it to go, and that'll come back. So maybe that's where we are at this point. The pendulum, I think it's ready to come back. We want to get that pendulum back, and we want to have good kids, good cities, just a good country. And who's going to do it? You and I. That's going to be our responsibility. We're going to love those children, those grandchildren, and we're going to make them do great things. Thank you.
My dad was always a giver. Okay. I grew up in a county park over in Orinoco, Minnesota. My parents were the caretakers, and a lot of times we would have people that would come stay there. And a lot of times the people that end up staying in a campground are the people that can barely even afford to stay at a campground. And a lot of times people couldn't afford to stay there, and my dad would help them work it off. My dad would invite people to come join us then for dinner if he was grilling burgers or something. So when you asked, have I always been a giver? I've always known that like altruistic joy of giving.
So I grew up with it, whether it was mom at church or dad or whatever, school board, everything. We were always involved in community as we grew up, whether it was 4-H or all different things. And actually, my dad was the outstanding citizen of the county when I think he was 75 years old at least.
Well, I've done daycare here in Winona for like 15 years, so children is my passion.
So when we moved to the community we're in, we noticed that there was like no national night out. There was the things that we're used to in the bigger city. When we came here, there wasn't. So when we first moved here, we had noticed that. And so then the next year, we made flyers and we posted them on all of our friends and neighbors' doors. And we went and got bounce houses, and we bought grills, and we bought toys for all the kids and hula hoops. And when we seen that kids weren't outside, we were like, hey, we went to knock and say, come outside. We had tubs full of drinks and water and snacks, and all the parents, we kind of got together and we were passing out food and letting the kids kind of learn who else was in their community and meet friends. And so we seen that was our thing.
The people that have helped me in my life, if I can give just a little bit of kindness to other people, it went really far for me. So just my own experiences and just seeing the reaction and just how much impact you can make on people. And it's not even about the self-gratification. I mean, yes, it does feel good after the fact, but it's almost, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I would say just the impact you can make on other people just makes you want to continue to do that, and seeing the people's reactions and all of that.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm optimistic. I think we have wonderful young people out there, and I see young people doing kind things all the time. So yeah, I'm optimistic.
I always have optimism. I am an optimistic person. So, yeah. I just helped, was it 15 to 20 families 2 weeks ago, and totally emptied the pantry. I'm starting to build it back up now by going shopping and stuff.
And how do they get a hold of you?
They can just contact me on Facebook. There's people that can ask anonymously on like the Facebook pages too, but I'll comment back if I can. Contact me. But some people know that I kind of do it now, so they'll reach out to me. And I will always try to make something happen. If I don't have a ton of funds, I will try to find something for people. So whether it is getting donations through my Wagon Tales Winona page or anything like that, I will ask people if they could donate through my Venmo, and that way I can get people food or anything that they need to.
I want the kids to know how much potential they have in lives and what they can accomplish. That's really what I want them to walk away with. and we can see a change in them pretty quickly after they start coming in here.
I personally feel like for my kids and the kids that go here, that it would help them see a different outlook in life, that there are good people still out here. Even though we're in a world that's changing, you still have people that are here that want to help you. And if you may not have that help at home, well, you know what? When you come here, you have it.
And lastly, what is your definition of kindness? Do you feel...
That's my husband.
Can I get you too?
If you've been helped or you've been in a situation and you know how it feels and you're in a different situation now, please pay it forward.
And it feels so worthwhile. If you can help one person, your effort is worth it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm just a small town kid, and I feel pretty good. It's a win-win all the way around.
Your smile even. I like to go out and tell people, I love that shirt you're wearing, because I might have just made their day. Maybe they think I'm some nut walking around, and that's okay too, but I might have made somebody's day.
Obviously, I'm not going to change the world, but if I can just change somebody's outlook on life, then perfect. Even just one person. So, yeah.